This is Arukh HaShulchan Yardeh, Siman Aleph, Sif, Chaf Heit, and Chaf Tes, the day 8 of the supplemental cycle of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. So, Chaf Heit, Bismazeinu Zeh, in our day and age. The Yisaveh Barim HaKtanos is developed in small towns. Shulchim Shechet Bechet. They take somebody who should be the Shochet and the person who checks for Trefus. V'shegam Shatz. He's supposed to be Shliach Tzibur. V'nachonu. It's a good idea. Avav Tanai, but only with a stipulation. He shouldn't be so involved in his musicology. If he puts his soul into deeply developing his musicology with the assistance of, I guess, his choir, he won't pay attention to the shechting and the checking. Lasakin, it says here, probably it should be Lamodas Hasakin, and to sustaining the night properly. And if too much chazonis comes too much frivolity. And in the small towns, boy, this has been a fascinating phenomenon in Lithuania. In small towns, there's nobody who's going to pay attention to this. To pay attention to him. Adraba, on the contrary, Noshim Ba'mei Haaretz, the women and the ignorant, Smechim, they rejoice. Ki nagain, nagain. Evidently, this is the town entertainment. They was rejoiced that he makes music with the people who assist him. They don't understand that this is going to destroy the proper pursuit of the shechita. If it was up to me, I would negate all chazonos. Elispala pushes leave the Almond. She's diving simply in front of the Almond, believe the kinos, without any cantorial performances. The libo used pana rakla shchita v'dika. His heart should be directed only at shechting and checking. Wow. Chavav, Yesh Mitzvah, by those who want to say the Ina Kevin Shein Shachnu L'Kabah, that today since people don't check without certification, if somebody check without certification, Aslu Rosh Shchita Shchita is also all together. And that's too short. It's a great stringency. We don't see the earlier generations instituted such a enactment. All they said is that shouldn't appoint a permanent shochet, give the person the job without a kabbalah. But the forbidden shchita, when they check them out and he knows he'll shchita properly, ancient times there's no reason for this. Only perhaps this we should be machar in our day and age. We shouldn't allow it if he left the town without us checking him out and seeing no shchita. We should not rely on the majority of people who get involved in shchita are experts in shchita. And the logic is like this. How can we lie on this? There was a rove of people who don't check unless they have a Kabbalah. He has not adhered to that rove. He showed without a Kabbalah. Okay, but if he knows there's Shechita, he knows how to sustain the knife. When he was shechted most of the timonim, I guess we could tell that. He shechted most of checking his esophagus. So there's no logic to have Shechita after the fact. In fact, it says this Torah's Kustio writes the same thing. And with that which we clarified that according to the strict letter of the law, anybody shechted and went away rely on the majority of people who are get involved in shechita know what they're doing. He says, nevertheless, we should check the checking esophagus to make sure the majority of them has been sliced. Wherever we can check, we should check. However, today when people get certified, you don't have to check them at all if they're certified. Kabbalah, even though a person has been certified, come here, Tommy, nevertheless, he should constantly make sure to review his learning. Yamit Sakin Tadir, and he should constantly uh, uh, sustain his knife, check it, recheck it, sharpen it. Not to forget the craft and his sensing the knife. There's a capacity to sense the nicks and crannies in the knife. Moshe Adim Shchita, just like that's halach in Shchita, Ken Adim B'Yilchos so that's halach in B'dika, Misha Bali B'Dokareh, whoever comes to check the lung. And their laws and the customs are equivalent in all these matters. Even though you might say, in terms of checking, well, once it's checked, it has cheskas heter. There's a majority, most animals are kosher, and chazaka, sometimes they're checked properly. And we should not need to check anybody who comes to see if they know how to check the lung properly. Not to Kabbalah, so we shouldn't require them to be certified this. It's not comparable to shchita, where until the shchita is cheskas sitzer, but now it's cheskas heter. Nevertheless, you should make a b'dika to cross-examine to make sure they know what they're doing. Basin should analyze and check up the Shochtim and Bokim. They should be experts and God-fearing. Because there's a great stumbling block in Shchitas and Bdikas, which anybody can do. Especially in our generation, where there's many breaches. He doesn't mean breaches like classic sense of supposed tznius, but means breaches in the kashrus. Yes, you have to be very, very much on top of it. Somebody who has the nature of fainting, low, is not checked, preferably not checked. I feel even somebody standing over and watching him. Because maybe they won't realize, lo aim, not he nor the people watching, he's fainting. But you haven't, after the fact, even in private, he says, it's clear to me I did not faint. She doesn't share shchita's question. Once he knows, since he knows the chashchita, you saw Doras, where to know that he delayed in the middle or applied undue pressure, wouldn't have given us deeds. Some say that maybe he says nothing at all. If something went wrong, he'll tell us. Yesh Chogam says, for sure argues in this. Really, Tzitzi dim Eino bebi or gum or eitzel zeh sheshachat sheochlu Yisraelim. If it's not clear that he shechted for Jews to eat, I'm not sure what he means by that. Otherwise, why is he shechting? Maybe, I guess the shechting also shechted back then for non-Jews. Or maybe it means he's sort of shame, abstaining Jews. Then the study would be like that for sure. And then it's low, but if he knows clearly that the Jews are going to eat the shechita, also, then even silence is like a statement that he didn't faint. If it's not believed when he's silent, shouldn't believe him when he says he didn't faint. This is because otherwise this shtika would be like odah. It sounds to be like an admission that he did faint. And that's a Rosh Shtika, so you become a Rosh by being silent. Shakil b'shchita, if there was some sort of what's a good word for a kilkul? Some sort of mess up in the shchita. Good word. So do somebody's hands are tremble. Also, lo lishcho l'chila not shecht. It's very likely to come to apply pressure, which passes the shchita. If you have a dinner after the fact, it's almost like the previous halacha. People will say that after somebody's old, somebody should not check. The other brothers, those fine, his hands certainly tremble. It's basically tshuva. Obviously, everything goes by how he is in his health and the strength of his body. Based on the perspective, the judgment of the rabbi in the city. They say that when It's in America, so the shechtim were shechting so much on Friday that when they came home, they couldn't lift up their hands to make kiddush because they become so exhausted shechting Friday afternoon. So that might have been a bad situation. Okay, that's it for today.